Hey guys, welcome back for another video. What we're going to be doing today is we'll be going over all of our Major League Baseball games we have coming up for Sunday, May 4th. We're going to completely break down these matchups and try to predict the outcome. Who's going to win? Who's going to lose and what the final score might be. We'll also take an in-depth look at our best bets, the money lines, the spreads, the over-unders. We are moving into our 6th week of the Major League Baseball season. We have 16 games in total today. We do have a doubleheader between St. Louis and the New York Mets. There's going to be some really good matchups. The season is starting to get really interesting, and the injuries are starting to pile up on some of these teams. First things first, though, make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe. If you have any comments, do you agree? Do you disagree? Drop them below, and I'm going to make sure to respond to every single one of them. If you want to join one of our member links down below, look in the comments. I do have that pinned. We would definitely appreciate if you signed up there. Guys, we also have all the other sports news going on. We have the NFL draft just happened. We have college football, transfer portal, spring football going on right now. We cover all those things, and we also go over every football game, NFL and college football, once those season starts, every game, every week as well. But it's baseball season right now, 16 games. Let's get started running through these matchups right now. The very first game we're going to take a look at is actually going to be our Game 1 of the doubleheader. Doubleheaders are kind of scary because whatever happens Game 1, the complete opposite is going to happen Game 2. If you score 15 runs in Game 1, you're probably only going to get 1 or 2 runs Game 2. That's just the way it always works. This one's going to be at 1:15 p.m. The 22-11, the New York Mets, first place in the NL East, facing off versus the 14-19 St. Louis Cardinals. One thing you have to respect about the Cardinals is they do have an offense. They can score some runs. Right now, the Mets a 45.3% chance to win this game. St. Louis a 54.7%. The Mets, though, are the Vegas favorites, 1.5 run favorites. The over-under is 8.5. New York, they're minus 135. The Cardinals are plus 115. The Mets come in. They're starting to score some runs now, starting to get some offensive production from that 4 through 9 hitters. They were getting a lot of production from Lindor, Soto, Alonso, but now those other guys are starting to get hot. This lineup on paper, one of the best lineups in baseball, a top 5 overall offensive lineup. They're averaging 4.7 runs a game, hitting .244, 36 home runs, 19 steals, giving up 2.68 runs per game. That is still number 1 in all of Major League Baseball. Number 1 for starting rotation, number 1 for bullpen. These guys can pitch, but the bullpen's starting to get a little shy right now. They have some injuries piling up, especially with their left-handers. How does that bode well for a doubleheader, especially with the pitcher they have going? And right now, St. Louis are averaging 4.6 runs a game, hitting .256, 30 home runs, 25 steals, giving up 4.22 runs per game. They have Nootbaar, Donovan, they have Nolan Arenado. Looking at our pitching matchup, we have a rookie right now going for the Mets. They just called this guy up 2 days ago. They're going to have Blade Tidwell going. He hasn't thrown an inning yet, hasn't thrown a pitch in the major leagues this season or in his entire career. He might not pitch that long. It's going to put a lot of pressure on this Mets bullpen because don't forget they have another game tonight. This could turn into a bullpen game, which is really going to drain that bullpen for the second game. And then for the Cardinals, they have Eric Feedy going 1-3 record, 4.68 ERA, 32.2 innings, 17 strikeouts, 16 walks. This guy walks a lot of guys. Not a strikeout pitcher by any means. The Mets bats can carry the day, but with a rookie here, that honestly scares the crap out of me. Give me St. Louis to win Game 1, going with the plus 1.5, going with the over. And then at 1:35 p.m., we have the 15-18 Tampa Bay Rays on the road here versus the 19-14 New York Yankees. The Yankees right now still first place in the AL East. Tampa Bay, they are 4th place. Right now, the Rays have a 44.1% chance to win this game. New York, a 55.9%. The Yankees, 1.5 run favorites. The over here is 8.5. The Yankees, minus 185. The Reds, plus 155. The Yankees had potentially the best starting rotation in baseball. They lost Cole. They still have one of the better starting rotations in baseball. The Rays, they're starting to score some less runs on offense. They're starting to rely on that pitching more, but thankfully for them, they do have one of the better pitching teams right now. But if you had to look at the bullpen, you have to give the edge to the Yankees. Right now, the Rays averaging 3.9 runs a game, hitting .248, 27 home runs, 33 steals, giving up 3.57 runs per game. That pitching is keeping these games close, and for the Yankees, a top 5 overall offense right now. Well, technically a top 3 overall statistical offense, 5.7 runs a game, hitting .267. They are number 2 with 53 home runs. They continue to club the ball, 22 steals, giving up 3.72 runs per game, and obviously Aaron Judge putting up crazy historical numbers going into his second month right now, 432 average. He has 11 home runs, 33 RBIs. Those are video game numbers. Pitching matchup here, there's a potential to be a lot of runs. The Rays have Taj Bradley going career 4.78 ERA this season, 2-2 record, 4.58 ERA, 35.1 innings, 29 strikeouts. He's walking a lot of guys, giving up a lot of base hits. That does not bode well for a Yankees team who has a lot of power and could get some multi-homer games here. The Yankees are going with Will Warren, 1-1 record, 5.63 ERA, 24 innings, 26 strikeouts. And that's why there is the probability of there being a lot of runs here. Whoever scores the most runs is obviously going to win. And that's the way the game works. Give me the Yankees to win this game, cover the spread. We'll go with the over. And then on MLB Network at 1:35 p.m., the 14-20 Minnesota Twins. A lot of pressure on this coaching staff here. They're falling behind. They are much better than the way they've been playing. They don't want the season to get away from them. They're going to be visiting the 18-17 Boston Red Sox right now, second place in the AL East. Red Sox had a lot of hype coming into this season. Some people picked them to win these. Some people picked them as candidates to make and maybe even win the World Series this season. Right now, the Red Sox scoring a lot of runs. They have a 72.8% chance to win this game. The Twins, a 27.2%. Whenever a team is that favored, it honestly scares me a little bit because they're usually due for an upset. The Red Sox 1.5 run favorites. The over-under here is 8.5. The Red Sox minus 225. The Twins are plus 185. Minnesota comes in there averaging 3.8 runs a game, hitting 235, 25 home runs, 18 steals, giving up 3.52 runs per game. They're not scoring that many runs, but at least they have pretty good pitching so far this season. For the Red Sox, they're averaging 5.1 runs per game, hitting 251, 40 home runs, 36 steals, very balanced there, giving up 4.03 runs per game. And for the pitching matchup, you have Chris Paddock going for the Twins, 0-3 record, 5.6 ERA, not the best start to his season so far, 27.1 innings, 22 strikeouts. You gotta keep the ball on the ground. He's given up 6 home runs. Fenway Park, very difficult place to play. The advantage is always going to be in the home team in the Red Sox. And for the Red Sox, they have one of the best going. Career 3.08 ERA. Garrett Crochet, 3-2 record this season, 2.05 ERA, 44 innings, 50 strikeouts. He's given up some walks, but he's not letting the guys score, so it really doesn't matter. Give me the Red Sox with the better starting pitcher to win this game, to cover the spread. And I'm going to go with the under here. And also at 1:35 p.m., the 21-11 San Diego Padres, 21-11, and they're second place in the NL West. The NL West, the deepest, the most competitive division in baseball this season. They'll be facing off here versus the 12-22 Pittsburgh Pirates. Kind of a scrappy team. The season is getting away from them fast, though. But they will be the Vegas favorite here. But San Diego is the fan favorite. 57% chance to win this one. The Pirates a 43% chance to win. Pirates 1.5 run favorites. The over-under here is 8.5. Pittsburgh minus 125. The Padres are plus 105. You got to respect the Padres because of their potential on offense. Yes, they're not scoring that many runs right now, but once Machado gets hot, that's really going to help out Fernando Tatis, who's just completely creaming the ball right now. 342 average, 8 home runs, 18 RBIs. As a team, they're averaging 3.9 runs a game, hitting 259, 26 home runs, 26 steals. The number 2 overall ERA in baseball, starting pitching-wise, bullpen-wise, only giving up 2.86 runs per game. That is elite. Pittsburgh, 3.4 runs a game, hitting 224, 24 home runs, 35 steals. They have to find ways to generate runs. They're giving up 4.23 runs a game. Pitching matchup's kind of an interesting one here. You have Kolek right now making his first start of the season for the Padres. He was a rookie last year, finished with a 4.32 ERA, but this is his first start this season, his first innings. Will he be rusty, or will he have a very good opening start? And then you have Andrew Heaney right now going for the Pirates, a very, very good start to his season. Career 4.32 ERA. This season, though, he's half of that. 2-2 record, 2.5 ERA, 36 innings, 31 strikeouts, only 3 home runs given up. He's not letting guys on base. He's not giving up runs. But I'm going to go a little bit out on a ledge here. I'm going to pick the Padres. I'm going to agree with the fan vote here. Padres pull off the upset win, going with the plus 1.5, going with the over. And also on the MLB Network at 1:35 p.m., a lot of early games on Sunday. We have the 18-16 Kansas City Royals. The fact that they are 18-16 and they cannot score runs to save their life, but they have been saved by a top 5 overall pitching roster. Right now, KC 45% chance to win this one. Baltimore a 55% chance to win this game. Baltimore sits at 13-9. Baltimore is going to be the favorite here. 1.5 run favorite. The over in here is 9.5. The Orioles are minus 130. The Royals are plus 110. KC, I was mentioning that offense, only averaging 3.3 runs a game, hitting 234, 15 home runs. Only 15 home runs, and we're in our second month. They have to generate some power. They have to find some ways to play small ball, generate some runs. They have 26 steals, but thankfully they have some very good pitching. 3.16 ERA. That is number 3 in all of baseball right now. And for Baltimore, they're the complete opposite. They have a lot of young power, a lot of offensive potential here, but they have one of the worst pitching staffs in baseball. We knew that was going to be their problem preseason. It has definitely lived up to that. They're averaging 4 runs a game, hitting 223, 37 home runs, 18 stolen bases, but they give up 5.47 runs per game. Thankfully for them, Casey's having a lot of issues generating some runs. Looking at the pitching matchup, we're going to have Michael Lorenzen going for the Royals. Great start to the season for him. Career 3.8 guy. This season 3-3 record. 3.48, 33.2 innings, 28 strikeouts, only 4 home runs. And for the Orioles, they have Kyle Gibson going a 22.09 ERA over 3.2 innings. That is awful. One of the worst you'll ever see, but it's only 3 innings, so obviously it's not a realistic number. That number will come down. Give me KC. Give me KC to pull off the upset here, to just score just enough runs to get the win. Going with the plus 1.5, and I'm going to go with the under. And at 1:37 p.m., the 19-14 Cleveland Guardians, second place in the AL Central. They'll be facing off versus the 16-17 Toronto Blue Jays. They've been hovering around that 500 mark throughout the entire season. Right now, the Blue Jays a 49% chance to win this one. Cleveland a 51% chance to win. Practically a 50-50 split down the middle. Practically a pick'em game. Right now, the Guardians 1.5 run favorites. The over here is 8.5. Cleveland, they are even. The Blue Jays are minus 120. This game is going to be so close. Both of these teams want this win. This is the Blue Jays' chance to get back to 500 too. Right now, Cleveland, they're averaging 3.8 runs a game in 233. 34 home runs, 23 steals, giving up 4.3 runs per game. And for Toronto, they're averaging 3.5 runs a game, hitting 237, 19 home runs, 20 steals, averaging 4.31 runs given up per game. The fact they only have 19 homers is very disheartening. This team has a lot of offensive potential here. Springer, Bichette, Vlad Guerrero Jr., and yet they've only put up 19 home runs in our second month of the season. They have way more power than that. They got to find a way to drive the ball out of the park. Looking at the pitching matchup today, we have Tanner Beebe right now going for Cleveland. Career 3.5 guy, 2-2 record this season, 4.36 ERA, 33 innings, 25 strikeouts. He's given up 9 home runs in 6 starts. He has to find some ways to keep the ball in the park. But thankfully for him, Toronto is not hitting the long ball, and the Blue Jays, they have Bowden Francis going 2-4 record, 5.28 ERA for his career 3.4. This season, 30.2 innings, 23 strikeouts. He's given up 11 home runs in 6 games. That is practically 2 home runs every game. Cleveland has the power to take advantage of that, especially if they get some of their power hitters really going. That's going to carry this team. I have Cleveland winning this one, covering the spread, and we'll go with the over. And then at 1:40 p.m., we have the 18-16 Athletics. One thing the Athletics do is they hit a lot of home runs. They'll be facing off versus the 13-19 Miami Marlins. And they can score runs, but they have what is probably the worst pitching staff in baseball right now. Once we hit the stats, you'll definitely see that is evident. Right now, the Marlins have a 50% chance to win this one. The Athletics a 50% chance to win this one. This game is a true pick'em. Right now, the A's 1.5 run favorites. The over here is 8.5. The Athletics come in. They are minus 135. The Marlins are plus 115. The Athletics, they're averaging 4.2 runs a game, hitting 253, 41 home runs, 10 steals, giving up 4.45 runs per game. If you thought that was in any way bad, just wait till we look at the Marlins. The Marlins are averaging 4.5 runs a game, having no issue scoring. That was supposed to be one of their weaknesses this year. That has not turned out to be a weakness so far. Their average 255, 27 home runs, 23 steals. They're giving up 5.89 runs per game. I think that's the worst of all of the teams so far. And then looking at the pitching this game, we're going to have J.P. Sears, career 4.3 ERA. This season, 4-2 record, 2.94 ERA. Some might say that he's due to get shelled, though. 33.2 innings, 30 strikeouts, only 6 walks, only 4 home runs, pitching really well. And for the Marlins, they have Edward Cabrera going 0-1 record, 7.23 ERA, 18.2 innings, 20 strikeouts. He's striking guys out, but he's given up runs, but that's just like the rest of the Marlins pitchers. Marlins competitive team, though. You always have to take them serious. Very scrappy team, but give me the A's winning this one, covering the spread, going with the over. And at 2:05 p.m., we have the 17-16 Arizona Diamondbacks, 17-16, and their fourth place in the NL West. Very deep division. They'll be facing off versus the 19-14 Philadelphia Phillies. A lot of people picked the Phillies to win the East. Some people picked them to make the World Series. Some people picked them to win the World Series. This is a very talented team. One of the best, if not the best, starting rotation in baseball, and one of the best offensive lineups in all of baseball. They're starting to get hot right now. You want to keep your eye on them. Right now, the Phillies 62.8% chance to win. Arizona a 37.2% chance to win. Phillies are 1.5 run favorites. The over-under here is 8.5. Philadelphia comes in -135. The Diamondbacks are +115. When you look at the Diamondbacks, this team has a lot of offensive weapons. They can beat you multiple ways. They have a lot of power. They can bring that offense with them on the road. Suarez, Naylor, Perdomo, a lot of guys playing really good right now. They're averaging 5.2 runs a game, hitting .245, 42 home runs, 27 steals, giving up 4.39 runs per game. And for the Phillies, they're averaging 4.6 runs a game. They're slowly starting to get that number up. .251 average, 27 home runs, 30 steals, giving up 4 runs a game. And if Harper gets hot, he's going to be able to carry this team. Pitching-wise, we have Eduardo Rodriguez going right now for the Diamondbacks. 1-3 record, 6.06 ERA. That's not going to cut it on the road in Philadelphia with those rabid fans. 32.2 innings, 35 strikeouts, striking guys out, but he's giving up runs. And then you have Ranger Suarez right now going for the Phillies, making his first start of the season. This will be his first innings that he's throwing, but overall for his career, a 3.7 career ERA. Give me the Phillies winning this one at home, covering the spread, but I'm going to go with the under this game. And then at 2:10 p.m., the 17-15 Houston Astros starting to score some runs here, starting to give some help to Jose Altuve on the offensive side. We know they're going to have really good pitching, a top 5 overall pitching team. They're facing off first the 9-24 Chicago White Sox. Don't look now, but the White Sox are actually playing pretty good baseball the last 10 games. Very close losses here. They've pulled out off a couple upset wins. They lost 121 games last year. They're going to be better than that. They're not going to be good this season, but all you need to do is use the building blocks going forward. Right now, Chicago, 43.3% chance to win this one. Houston, a 56.7. Houston, 1.5 run favorites. The over-under here is 8.5. The Astros are -215. The White Sox +180. Houston comes in. They're averaging 3.9 runs a game, hitting .236. 25 home runs, 20 steals, giving up 3.23 runs per game. Like I said, that is top 5 in baseball. And the White Sox, not bad pitching here. They're averaging 3.5 runs a game, hitting .213, 25 home runs, 23 steals. They're only giving up 4.05 runs per game. They are keeping the scores low, keeping them within striking distance. We're going to have Lance McCullers Jr. making his first start of the season here for the Astros. Very, very consistent pitcher throughout his career. For his career, a 3.48 overall ERA through his career. And the White Sox have Bryce Wilson going 0-1 record, 5 ERA, 18 innings, 11 strikeouts, 9 walks. Give me Houston to pull off the win here. Cover the spread, going with the over. And then at 2:10 p.m., we have a really tough one here. This is the NL Central on NL Central matchup at 2:10 p.m. The 21-13 Chicago Cubs, first place in the NL Central, versus the third place in the NL Central, the Milwaukee Brewers, coming in here at 16-18, but they've been hovering about 500 the entire season. They have the offense to be competitive with anyone, but Chicago actually comes in with the number one offense in all of baseball. Right now, the Cubs, 53.9% chance to win this game. Milwaukee, a 46.1. The Brewers, they are -110. The Cubs are -110. The over-under is going to be 7.5, and the Cubs are 1.5 run favorites. Looking at the stats here, the Cubs are averaging 6 runs a game, getting a lot of production. Tucker going off, Homer going off. They're hitting .264, having no issues at all getting guys on base. 46 home runs, 44 stolen bases. One of the most balanced teams in baseball. There's multiple ways they can beat you, and they're only giving up 3.98 runs per game. For Milwaukee, they're averaging 5 runs a game, hitting .244, 27 home runs, 40 steals, giving up 4.23 runs per game. But this game's all going to be about the pitching matchup. It's going to be one of the best of the weekend. We have Amanga going right now for the Cubs. Last season, he went 15-3 with a 2.88 ERA. So far this season, 3-1 record, 2.77 ERA, picked up right where he left off last season, 39 innings, 30 strikeouts. He's only given up 13 walks. And then you have Freddie Peralta coming off back-to-back 200 strikeout seasons for his career. 3.5 ERA so far this season. 3-2 record, 2.52 ERA, 39.1 innings, 41 strikeouts, only 5 home runs. This is a really good pitching matchup. This is one of those games whoever owns the day on the mound is probably going to get the win here, but it's going to be competitive. I'm going to go with the Cubs to pull off a very close win here to win this one, and I'm going to go with the under this game. And at 2:35 p.m., the 20-12 Seattle Mariners, first place in the AL West, and this team is extremely talented, especially when you look at their offensive stats. They'll be facing off first the 16-18 Texas Rangers, the Rangers, and they want to get back to the playoffs. They made some moves with their pitching staff. Pitching is much improved this season. One of the better pitching teams in baseball. The offense was supposed to be their strength. The offense has been very slow to get started. They have a lot of promise there. Once they get fully healthy, that offense will be able to carry them second half of the season. But they need to get started right now. Right now, the Rangers a 54.4% chance to win this game. Seattle a 45.6% chance to win this game. And then you have the Rangers coming in as 1.5 run favorites. The over in here is 8.5. The Rangers are minus 180. The Mariners plus 150. I was just praising Seattle's offensive stats. They're averaging 5.1 runs per game, hitting 241. 45 home runs, 37 steals, very balanced, and they have the pitching to back it up, only giving up 3.74 runs per game. The Rangers have to get better on offense. They're only averaging 3.2 runs a game. That is bottom 13 in the MLB. They're hitting 229, 30 home runs, 27 steals. At least they have their pitching, only giving up 3.26 runs per game. We have the rookie right now going for the Mariners in Texas. You're going to have Evans pitching, 1-0 record, 3.6 ERA, only 5 innings, 1 home run given up. And then you have Jacob deGrom going for the Rangers. I've made no secret of it. He was my favorite pitcher my whole baseball watching life the last decade. I love this guy. A little biased there. 1-1 record this season, 2.73 ERA this season for his career, a 2.55 ERA, 33 innings, 33 strikeouts. He's been a little susceptible to the long ball this season, but that's a given. He's been a little rusty. First season back, first season pitching in almost 2 years. When he is on, he's been on. He's been on the last 2 starts. He just needs some run support from the Rangers for once. Give me the Rangers to win this one to cover the spread, and I'm going to go with the over. And at 4:05 p.m., the 6-27 Colorado Rockies. Let's not make it a secret. They are the worst team in baseball, and it's by far. They'll be facing off first the 21-13 San Francisco Giants. 21-13, and you're third place in the NL West. Just shows you how deep that division is. Right now, the Giants, they have a 83.2% chance to win this game. Another one of those very high favorable games towards one side. Scares me because sometimes it leads to an upset. Right now, the Rockies only a 16.8% chance to win. The Rockies are going to be the underdogs here. The Giants 2.5 run favorites. The over-under is 7.5. The Giants come in here. They are minus 360. The Rockies are plus 285. Colorado struggling to score, struggling to keep guys from scoring. They're averaging 3.2 runs a game, hitting 211, 26 home runs, 14 steals, giving up 5.3 runs per game. And for San Francisco, a very good team. They have been dominating since the season started. They're averaging 4.6 runs a game, hitting 227, 31 home runs, 21 steals, giving up 3.56 runs per game. Looking at the pitching matchup here, German Marquez going for the Rockies. Awful start to the season for him. Way worse than his career highs. He has a 0-5 record. He's winless right now. Still looking for that first win. A 9.82 ERA, 25.2 innings, 15 strikeouts. He's giving up hits. He's walking guys. He's not giving up home runs, but that's not helping him because he's giving up runs in general. Then you have Logan Webb, very consistent pitcher throughout his career. 3-2 record, 2.83 ERA, 41.1 innings. 50 strikeouts, only 1 home run given up through his first 6 starts. Give me the Giants to win this game. The spread here is 2.5 with a 7.5 over-under. Give me the Giants covering that massive spread still and going with the over. And at 4:07 p.m., the 21-13 Detroit Tigers, again, another team since the jump this season, playing really great baseball. First place in the AL Central. They'll be facing off versus the 13-19 LA Angels. They won the game yesterday. The Angels started out the season really hot first 2 weeks. Since then, they've been completely behind the 8 ball. They need to light a fire under them. They got to get Trout going, and he can carry this team. Right now, the Angels 37% chance to win this game. Detroit a 63% chance. The Tigers 1.5 run favorites. The over-under here is 8.5, and the Tigers also coming in this game. They're minus 175. The Angels are plus 145. Detroit comes in. They're averaging 4.7 runs a game, hitting 245, 34 home runs, 14 steals, giving up 3.01 runs per game. Number 3 overall in baseball. The Angels come in. The Angels, they don't get guys on base. They don't average very high for runs. But what they do is they hit a lot of solo home runs. A lot of power here. They just need guys on base to drive in. They need RBIs. They're averaging 3.7 runs a game, hitting 214, 41 home runs, 14 steals, giving up 4.91 runs per game. Pitching matchup, we have Olsen going for the Tigers. 3-2 record this season, 3.55 ERA, 33 innings, 32 strikeouts, only 1 home run given up in 6 games. That bodes well here because the Angels live and die by the home run, by the solo home run. And then you have Karakowitz. I can never say that name, but you know who I'm talking about. He's going for the Angels. 1-4 record, 5.29 ERA, 32.1 innings, 19 strikeouts, giving up a lot of base hits. Give me Detroit to win this game, to cover the spread, and we'll go with the over. And at 4:10 p.m., the 15-19 Washington Nationals, another one of those scrappy teams, a lot of really close losses. They're always within striking distance. If they catch hot right at that 9th inning, they always have a chance to pull off the upset. They won one yesterday. They'll be playing the 18-16 Cincinnati Reds. Started out this season really slow on offense. They've completely flipped the script. They're scoring runs, and they're also pitching well as well. Right now, the Reds, 64.2% chance to win this game. Washington, a 35.8%. The Reds are 1.5 run favorites. The over here is 8.5. Cincinnati, they're minus 125. The Nationals are plus 105. People are giving the Nationals some respect right now. They're averaging 4.2 runs a game, hitting 240, 33 home runs, 28 steals. It's that pitching holding them back, giving up 5.27 runs per game. And for Cincinnati, they're the opposite. They're averaging 5.1 runs a game, hitting 249, 35 home runs, 35 steals. Very balanced on offense, giving up 3.53 runs per game. They can score. They can pitch. You can't ask for much more there. Right now, the Nationals, awful pitching, but they're going to be going with Mackenzie Gore, one of their more consistent pitchers this season. 2-3 record, 3.51 ERA, 41 innings, 59 strikeouts. This guy is striking people out here. The Reds, they make some pretty good contact there. They're going to be going with Nick Martinez, 1-3 record, 4.68 ERA, but for his career, 4.1, 32.2 innings, 26 strikeouts. So whenever you have a pitcher pitching as well as Gore, you got to be careful here, guys. The Nationals have a real shot to pull off the upset win here. Would not surprise me at all. Give me the Reds to win this one, but I think it's going to be close. 1 run close, so I'm going to go with the plus 1.5, but the Reds win it, and I'm going to go with the under this game. And now we have Game 2 of our doubleheader. This game is going to be at 6:15 p.m. The 22-11 New York Mets tied for most wins versus the 14-19 St. Louis Cardinals. We don't have to go over the stats for the teams. We did it to start the video out. Right now, New York, 45.3% chance to win. St. Louis, a 54.7%. The Mets, 1.5 run favorites here. The over-under is 8.5. The Mets come in. They're minus 150. The Cardinals are plus 125. If you remember, I did pick the Cardinals to get the upset win first game. I said usually whatever happens game 1, the opposite happens game 2. Looking at our pitching matchup for this game, Tyler McGill, one of the best pitchers in baseball for the 2025 season. 3-2 record, 1.74 ERA, 31 innings, 39 strikeouts, only 12 walks given up, only 1 home run given up the entire season so far. This guy's had great stuff throughout his career, but he struggled with consistency and with injuries. So far this season, he's been consistent. He's been free of injuries. He has a high ceiling. When he's off, though, he has a low floor, but I got to give it to him. Until he gets shelled this season, I'm buying the high ceiling version. He'll be facing off versus Andre Payate, 2-2 record, 4.13 ERA, 32.2 innings, 20 strikeouts. Give me the Mets to win Game 2 here. They also have the possibility of just sweeping the doubleheader. Would not be surprised. That's just what they do. The Mets win it. They cover the spread. I'm going to go with the under this game. And on ESPN at 7 p.m., our final game of the day, the 22-10 LA Dodgers. When you look at this roster, best roster in baseball, best hitting, best pitching, but they all have to be healthy for them to have the best roster. They have not been healthy to start out the season. They have shown that they are indeed mortal here. They'll be facing off first the 14-17 Atlanta Braves. People were scoffing at the Braves when they were 0-7 to start the season. I said there's no reason to panic. This team is much better than that, a top 10 overall roster. When they get hot, they are going to get hot. Since they started out 0-7, they are now 14-10, playing really good baseball, starting to score some runs, and this is all without their best hitter, and they're starting to pitch better. Right now, the Braves a 45.7% chance to win. The Dodgers a 54.3%. Dodgers 1.5 run favorites. The over-under is 9.5. The Dodgers are minus 160. The Braves are plus 135. The Dodgers come in, they're averaging 5.4 runs a game, hitting 258, 50 home runs. 23 steals, 3.86 team ERA. The Braves 4.2 runs a game, hitting 245, 35 home runs, 19 steals. Once they get their guy back, once they have Acuna there, he's going to lift both of those categories, and they're giving up 4.22 runs per game. Pitching-wise, they have Bryce Elder right now going for the Braves. 1-1 record, 5.33 ERA, 27 innings, 16 strikeouts. If I have a pitcher going up against the Dodgers, I want a strikeout pitcher person, someone who will dominate the hitter and be aggressive towards the hitter. That's just not who Elder is. And right now for the Dodgers, they have Dustin May going career 3.1 ERA this season, 101, 3.95, 27.1 innings, 22 strikeouts, only 1 home run given up. He's been dominating on the mound. Give me the Dodgers to win this one to cover the spread, and I'll go with the over this game. Guys, this is our predictions, our best bets for all of our Major League Baseball games you have coming up for Sunday, May 4th. Make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe. If you have any comments, by all means, drop them below. I will respond. If you want to join our team members, click on the link pinned down in the comments. Thanks for watching.